I'm Jason Carter. Physical optimization defines my life. The day I was born, doctors nearly killed me with medical malpractice. They said I'd never walk. I've been proving them wrong for 35 years. It's easier than you think to obtain super optimal health. I've devoted my life to it, and with my help, you can too. I'm Jason Carter, and this is ENZYMENTAL. And welcome to ENZYMENTAL. I'm Jason Carter, and today I thought I'd finally give you a video about the ketogenic diet. Plenty of people have asked me to do some videos on the ketogenic diet, and it seems to be the hot thing in nutrition right now, so it's the perfect time. So what is the ketogenic diet? The history of the ketogenic diet actually dates back to as far as the 5th century, where Hippocrates, the father of medicine, noted that fasting reduced seizures. And in the 1920s, a diet was developed to mimic the changes brought on by fasting that could be maintained long-term, and this was, again, specifically to treat seizures, and so thus the ketogenic diet was born. This original ketogenic diet was extremely low in carbohydrates and protein, and supplied about 80 to 90% of the calories as fat. This original ketogenic diet was very successful, actually, in treating intractable childhood epilepsy, but it fell out of favor when the modern anti-epileptic drugs became widely available. In the 1990s, the diet began to see a resurgence as people once again turned to it for difficult-to-treat cases of childhood epilepsy, like those that don't respond to medication, and as also a very popular weight loss tool. The most recent research on the benefits of the ketogenic diet, and ketones in particular, have expanded to examine its possible therapeutic effects on other neurological diseases, but also cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and even cancer. So what is ketosis? When ketones are present in the body fluids at elevated concentrations, a person is said to be in ketosis. Dietary ketosis is a normal physiological response to sustained low carbohydrate intake that results in lowered blood glucose and insulin levels and stimulates the production of something known as ketone bodies. So during ketosis, fats, either from the diet or from body stores, become the obligatory source of cellular energy for most body tissues, while ketone bodies are produced in the liver to supply the rest of the body's energy needs. Dietary ketosis, however, should not be confused with diabetic ketoacidosis. That is a pathological condition that occurs mainly in type 1 diabetics due to an acute severe insulin deficiency, which is usually due to missing insulin injections, and a resulting inability to use glucose, though it is abundant in the body. During diabetic ketoacidosis, blood ketone levels can be significantly higher than what can be achieved in dietary ketosis. As ketone production exceeds the tissue's ability to use them, the ketones build up and the blood pH is lowered, so immediate medical attention is typically required to prevent serious complications. That's what goes on in diabetic ketoacidosis. So for our discussion today, what are ketones? When there is ample glucose available derived from dietary carbohydrates, the body will use that glucose as its primary energy source for producing ATP, or adenosine triphosphate, which, as I've told you many times, is the body's main energy currency. Small amounts of glucose can be stored, but once incoming glucose has been used up and those stores run out, the body shifts gears and increases the use of fatty acids derived from body fat stores or dietary fats to produce energy. So while most cells can directly use free fatty acids in order to produce sufficient energy, fats cannot cross the blood-brain barrier, making them inaccessible to the brain as a fuel source. So to overcome this, the liver converts the fat into acetoacetate, acetone, and beta-hydroxybutyrate, otherwise known as ketone bodies or ketones. And these can then be used by red blood cells and cells of the central nervous system, including the brain, as an alternative energy source when glucose levels are low. Importantly, the vast majority of other bodily tissues can also use ketones to produce energy. In fact, ketone production is a normal part of healthy metabolism, and small amounts of ketones are produced regularly, such as during extended exercise or during an overnight fast. If glucose supplies continue to remain low, the body will increase its production of ketones. Using ketones as an alternative energy source reduces muscle protein breakdown when carbohydrate intake is low. In addition to being used for energy, ketones have signaling functions that positively regulate genes related to aging, oxidative stress, and also a healthy sympathetic nervous system activity. It's believed that the ketogenic diet is anti-inflammatory and that it also decreases free radical production while enhancing the production of the body's own natural antioxidants and also improving metabolic efficiency. So that should give you a bit of an overview of what the ketogenic diet is and who can benefit from it. There's a lot more to say about the ketogenic diet, and I'm going to get into that in several more videos. But for now, if you are going to start a ketogenic diet, begin very slowly and gradually, and don't push yourself too hard on it because it can be more than a little painful when you start shifting right away to heavy amounts of fat. And at the very least, make sure you're taking a good fat-digesting enzyme, typically one high in the enzyme lipase, which is the enzyme that breaks down fat for you. You can eat all the fat you want, but if you're not digesting it properly, it won't do anything for you. So make sure that you have a good fat-digesting enzyme, and that can really help to ensure that you're getting the most nutrition out of the fat that you're eating as part of your ketogenic diet. Thanks for watching. I'm Jason Carter, and I'll see you next time on ENZYMENTAL. Stay healthy.